Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about Clukay in this review video, and we'll talk about the usual thing we'll talk about like gear setup as well as comp setup, and I'll also try to explain how the limited banner gacha system works at first. So if you are still confused, here's the video to help you out to, I guess, reduce the confusion and how to kind of farm our fragments some ways and such. But let's jump into video and talk about Clukay. So first thing we'll talk about is how the limited gacha system works, or limited banner gacha system works within your cloud. So we are going to be having the standard kind of gacha thing. You roll it, you get dupe, it's going to be cubes, so it's going to be like the standard gacha you had before. So this one is very familiar one. Now, this is the new option you have when it comes to limited banner only, and it's going to be quite different than what you had before. So first of all, it's going to be having a bit lower 3-star rates, so you are going to be seeing 3-star popping up a lot less than what you had previously. Benefit of this one definitely is the fact that whenever you see a 3-star, you are going to be getting a much higher chance of getting the rate of banner character, meaning every 60 pulls you see here, you are going to be getting just tons of higher chance of getting Clukay instead of getting a random spook units. Because of course on the list, even for this limited banner, you'll see there's tons of other character. I mean, some of them are good of course, but you could get spooks with like all this kind of useless standard character. So you definitely doesn't want that to happen to you. I look at the Clukay list on the global server as well, and honestly maybe the Lacey if you don't have her, but other than that I don't know if can recommend any other characters on the list. So honestly, yeah, this is the option you should go for. That's what I'm trying to say, and this way you have a best chance of getting Clukay within 60 pulls. Of course, if your luck is god tier level, you can still select this and maybe get Clukay within the first 10 pulls, but that's not the point. And at the same time, when you select this and get the Clukay, I think you get like 40 fragments along the way, so that's also incredibly good. So just pick this. That's what I'm trying to say right here. Just ignore what I said all before. Just pick this for God's sake, and do not pick the one beside. Like, just don't do it unless you're totally evil. I don't know what to say. Just pick this. That's the end of the story. Another thing about the limited banner character is that you cannot farm the character fragments through this daily fragment search. So any limited banner character that after Clukay as well as Clukay itself, you will not see on the list, so you can't farm it. Only ways to get their fragment, just like any other duel, so you can feed them with their affinity kind of thing, this thing, and you can get them to level 15, then you are going to be getting some fragments from here. So there is that's the same, and you can also buy their fragments with neural kits. So having tons of neural kits is going to be helping you a lot, buying battle passes, buying from event shop before. Stacking up these would have helped you a long time. Right now, see, I am lacking neural kits like nothing. I'm emptied out much as I could, but I'm still lacking. I need 27 more fragments, so that's going to be taking a very long time, at least a month or so waiting in my opinion, unless I do more gachas. But yeah, I don't think I will. I think I will save for now. So right now I'm forever stuck at 4.5 star. Of course, if you buy like package and stuff, it could help you out, but I also already bought the package. I actually had almost 0 neural kits, so that's pretty much a miracle how I got up to 73 fragments and 4.5 star. So just remember that. For global server, I have enough neural kits saved up, so I don't really have to worry about that. But anyone who haven't saved up, by this point you should know that yes, you should only use the neural kits on limited banner character, because the limited banner characters are constantly going to be coming out in the future, so you should wait instead of spending on normal banner character. So just hold on to it, please. But those are the two things you should remember whenever the limited banner character comes out, and I think that it is pretty much it for this section of the video. So back to Clukay, she is basically the best DPS unit that exists in this game. She's the first one to be called a god tier character within Chinese server, and she still is one of the best in my opinion. Benefit of her is that she can naturally crit with her skills, so that's just crazy skills to have for DPS units, and she has that, so that's really crazy passive skill already. And she can also do tons of AoE damage. Another thing she has is that with her active skill as well as actually passive skill as well, whenever she kills the targets, they will explode, and whenever the other enemies have the debuff from your active skills and such, when they explode, they will also explode. So what's going to happen is a Clukay is going to kill the targets, they're going to explode and do tons of hash rate damage, and they're going to kill the target beside it, it's going to be doing tons of damage, and then it's going to be killing targets with that explosion damage again and again, and it's going to be boom 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 and chain kills one after the others. And it's just incredible to see Clukay wipe up entire group of enemies just like nothing. You know, those like octopus boss, Clukay is just going to eat that up. So if you've been stuck with that and not being able to skip that stage, hooray, Clukay is going to come and just going to swap the boss into nothingness easy. So just wait for that. You only got a couple hours left until you see that. But the point I'm trying to say is Clukay is just amazing god tier level hash rate DPS units against tons of enemies, where that's what Neural Cloud is about. You're always going to be fighting multiple enemies within the stage. Of course, within certain bosses, they kind of force you to do 1 versus 1 kind of situations. In those situations, Clukay's DPS is going to be dropping quite a lot. But her ult itself does tons of damage, and she is already really good stats compared to a lot of other characters out there. So her natural damage, even versus one target, is going to be still holds up really well, to the point she is just crazy DPS unit. Like honestly, she has zero downside. Like maybe only thing she's lacking is maybe adding stuns or something to her skills, which sounds pretty pointless because she would kill them instantly anyways. But at this point of the game right now, Clukay is the best DPS units you're going to need, and you will see, like I said, once you pick her up. So pull her, please. That's the second time I think I'm saying this. Pull her and you will not regret it. She is honestly all you need. So let's talk about kind of team setup as well as what you can use on Clukay when it comes to algorithm. So let's talk about her algorithm first. So before I say this, I made this part of the video and it was 15 minutes long, so I have to shorten it again with this version. So let's quickly summarize it. Okay, so first slot, of course, is a limit value set. That's the best one you want to have. You can also use a matrix sets, but it's not really recommended. I think this is the set you should go for. So try to farm this set and try to get one of these stats like the hash rate percentage, crit rates, crit damage, and the damage amp, and you should be good. Now the middle slot, you can also use encapsulate or one of these new sets, as well as this one I'm using right now, and try to get into orange stats, and that should be good. Now moving on to the last slot, this is the set that you don't really going to be using before, which is the crit rates as well as crit damage set. As you can see, trying to get some crit rates and crit damage instead of trying to use those like skill haste option as well. And your goal is trying to get her ratio, the stat ratio of the crit damage as crit rates into 1 to 2. So your crit damage should be like twice as much as your crit rates, and this is going to be having nice balance, and she is able to crits and she is able to do tons of damage with a crit damage. So there is that. And that should be it for our algorithm setup. It should be pretty simple that way. I will go over one more time. So take a screenshot if you want it. That's the stats I have. Boom. As it goes for the team comp, let's go over and thinking that we're a brand new player within Neural Cloud right now. We just pulled out Clukay and you don't know what else to put in within your team. We're going to have a Croak here, which is another free character that you can get by playing the game. She's going to be amazing tanker, so she's going to be taking that slots. For the specialist slots, I think we are going to be having Angela, of course. She's just no-brainer support unit, so you can have that, and she is going to be incredible. The Chevigny, I think, is actually a really good investment that you can do right now for global server, because her Arma is actually pretty decent, and she is actually pretty decent by herself. It's just that a lot of people kind of sleep on her. With her hash rate DPS units, yeah, she's good. And you are also going to be picking up a lot of like specialist cards, honestly, for the supporting parts and such. So having her within this party to take a benefit of it, especially if you are thinking about using puzzle, it's actually going to be a pretty good pick. So I definitely recommend you to use it. Like I said, she is one of the characters that's easy to get early on, and it's going to be pretty beneficial down the road, in my opinion. Nanaka, of course, is probably the best healer that you can use right now, and she can also give a lot of range buff onto her tiles. So the Clukay will get the attack buff from her and constantly get a healing as well, like this melody healing buff thing. So this is kind of comp that you should go for, and if you need more healers, you can throw in like Persica as well. And if you need additional DPS, whatever DPS units you got, you can go for. They actually give this character, which is a free character you can get from called Vronos. She is also another hash rate DPS unit. So if you want to use this character, you can. I mean, I don't. It's actually pretty strong free character that you can get up to 5-star. So actually for new players trying to using along with the Clukay should be pretty good pick. But if you're a waifu collector like I am, then you probably ignore him like I did. But that's the character. If you want to use with like Kuro, you still can. But that's kind of like free to play setup and the starting ground, in my opinion. You can also pick the Nanaka from the selector deck. So that's probably the best starter in my opinion. Now moving on to more advanced play, of course we are going to be throwing a puzzle. Puzzle can tank as well as do damage, and as well as gather enemies around with her octopus summons, and Clukay will gather those enemies and throw a bomb and do a chain explosion kind of thing onto them, and they'll be boom boom boom, they'll be all dead. So pretty good pick. We'll also put Angela here, and I think this is kind of team that I'm going for within global server right now, because that's kind of team I have within my Chinese server right now. Ignore Kloto, let's throw in the puzzle here. That's what I have, and you probably want to have a second DPS here. And then I have Florence as well as Abigail. Abigail also has this Arma thing, so that's why she's incredibly good. So that's the kind of theme I'm aiming for within global server, as you can see. Of course I'm lacking healers, so I'm going to be throwing in healer here like this right now, because I'm not going to be using Abigail. So this is the team I'm going to roll with for now for a very long time, until I guess I farm other character. And Helix, if you have her, she's another incredible character, because you can use Clukay's ult twice, which is incredible damage if you have the Helix, because the Helix can reset the cooldown time with the whatever character they used ult last time. So combine these two together, ult twice, tons of damage. Another character that's really good in the future is Imhotep, so try to mod her as well whenever that comes out, but that's pretty far away. So this is kind of the setup. Yeah, I think it's low investment, really good. You don't really need the Arma for any of these characters, and they're all good. If you have Arma, Delacy, she's also a pretty good pick, but it's heavy investment, so I don't really recommend it. But if you have her, which I do, and I use her a lot within Chinese server, don't get me wrong, just like I said, it's a heavy investment, so probably not recommended. But if you really have her, you can. But that's the probably setup I'm going to be using, and I will probably show some stream runs of using this team for global server after I pull her. But anyways, that is pretty much it for comp setting. At this point, anyone that needs advanced team setup, you probably already know better than I am, or up to date, so don't worry about it. You know more than I do, honestly. But that is pretty much it for the comp setting. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this video, and it's like 2 AM here. I'm pretty damn tired, and I have no idea how I'm still alive, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this video gave you some insights about Clukay, and sorry for not making a lot of videos lately. Like I said, again, I've been very busy at work, and I got some special plans for myself to travel to other countries. So yeah, I've been just working hard on myself. That's all I can say. But I will continue to make videos, and if you need me, I'm always here. So if you ask questions, I'll try to answer. But as everyone's still sticking around and watching my video, Thanks a lot. You guys always help me quite a lot, and I will try to stream more often. But anyways, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care.